Call of Duty, a series, a franchise, an IP that requires no introduction. A first-person shooter video game phenomena that sells millions of copies each and every year. It is always in the public's eye and mind. Call of Duty has irreversibly shaped the video game industry and community forever. The over a dozen different video games that shape the legacy of Call of Duty are well known, famous, and infamous for their single-player story campaigns.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Competitive PvE multiplayer and co-op PvE Zombies Horde mode. But undeniably, what Call of Duty is most known for is how these video games thoroughly fuck you in the ass.
What a twist!
Hey! Hi! How you doing? This is the Gamertron, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. With this video today, I want to generate an honest, open discussion. Obviously concerning the titanic video game franchise that is Call of Duty. I haven't made a video concerning Call of Duty in a long time, and with all the hubbub being generated by the announcement and reveal of Call of Duty Black Ops 4, now seems like the best time to throw my hat back into the ring and talk about this infamous video game series. And I want to make this video, this topic, this discussion about you, the Call of Duty gamer, the Call of Duty fan. I have a question for you, and I genuinely want to hear your honest answer. I want to discuss this with you. And it's not the question in the title of this video, why do you still play Call of Duty? I know why you still play Call of Duty. I know why anyone still plays any and all video games. Because they enjoy them, because they're fun, because you like them. Honestly, the question of why do you still play this video game, this particular video game, is a silly question. We play video games to have fun, to enjoy ourselves, to be entertained. So I know why you still play Call of Duty. You find the gameplay of these particular games in this particular series and franchise to be fun. So the question in the title of this video is a red herring. The real question I want to ask you and discuss with you is, why do you still pre-order Call of Duty? Buy Call of Duty day one on release at full price? Because you see, from my point of view, from my perspective, I, for the love of God, can't understand why. Because publisher Activision, and all three of the developers for these Call of Duty video games, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer, have multiple times, on a regular basis, lied to your faces and, like I said at the beginning of this video, thoroughly fucked you all in the ass. It boggles my mind how Call of Duty is always the #1 best-selling video game every year. Every year. First off, of course, most obviously, supply drops. Making their debut in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and then every Call of Duty game afterwards. Even showing up in the remaster of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. There's no other way to put this. Supply drops are cancer. They absolutely mutilate all the progression systems of each game they are featured in. Either having the majority of cosmetics locked behind them, genuinely more powerful weapons, which not only makes the supply drops RNG gambling loot boxes, but also pay-to-win RNG gambling loot boxes. Of course, you're free to do with whatever you want with your money, buy and spend at your will, but that doesn't change the fact that supply drops in Call of Duty are blatantly anti-consumer. They are made to take advantage of people with expendable cash. Now, I don't have a problem with microtransactions in general in certain video games. I'm not an absolute moral purist when it comes to microtransactions. I think it all depends on the context of the game and what type of game it is, to determine whether microtransactions are appropriate or not in that kind of game. But of all the business models and business practices in terms of implementing microtransactions into their video games, Activision, instead of just letting you buy what you want for a specified price, they would rather have you gamble your money away on RNG loot boxes. And despite a large portion of the Call of Duty community proclaiming how much they despise this business practice in their Call of Duty titles, Activision for several years now has continued to vehemently ignore them. So, as an outsider looking in to the Call of Duty gamer, the Call of Duty player, the Call of Duty fan, who buys and plays Call of Duty every year, I can't help but wonder, why you would still buy on day one and pay full price towards a video game franchise being developed and published by companies that are more interested in you investing as much money as possible into their product rather than having you be satisfied with the product and recommending it to others. To add on to that, Call of Duty has had a very infamous history of having several, and I do mean several, instances of having game-breaking, game-crashing issues at launch, such as servers being down for several days, horrific amounts of lag and being disconnected from matches, and of course, atrocious balancing when it comes to perks, kill streaks, and weapons. And despite these games having millions upon millions of dollars behind them in terms of development, how Call of Duty still remains to have these critical, game-breaking, game-affecting issues that usually early access games have during all of the major launches and releases of all their new games. Well, one, it's embarrassing, and two, it shows the mindset of, at the very least, Activision. I won't speak on the individual Call of Duty developers, I'm sure they're busting their asses at work to make the best game possible, but Activision's mindset is clearly shown that they do not care about quality control. They do not care about public relations. They do not care about releasing the best damn product they can to improve the image of their brand. No. Activision has made it undeniably clear that they do not care about you, they do not care about the quality of their games, they care about maximizing profits. And I have no problem with wanting to maximize profits. I am a full supporter and believer of capitalism. But wanting to maximize the profit of your products doesn't mean you have to sacrifice PR and quality. So again, I can't help but remain curious with all of the shit that Activision has put you, the Call of Duty gamer, the Call of Duty fan, the Call of Duty community in general through, all the shit they've put you through. Why do you still pre-order Call of Duty video games? Why do you still buy them at full price at launch? Again, I completely and totally understand if you enjoy the gameplay that this video game series provides. You are absolutely free to enjoy and play what video games you prefer. So if you enjoy the Call of Duty video games, I could absolutely understand getting them on sale, pirating them, getting them cheap off some key and code website, or getting them in a Humble Bundle. I mean, there's so many ways to buy and play Call of Duty without giving money to Activision, or at the very least not paying the full $60 price tag. And yet, quite literally, millions of you still pre-order, still buy day one, still pay the full price to Activision despite them repeatedly screwing you over and lying to your faces. So please, tell me, explain to me, why do you still buy Call of Duty day one at full price? Why do you still pre-order Call of Duty? I'm just not really seeing the reason or the incentive to want to give Activision more money to reward them for poor behavior. Now, just so we're clear that there's absolutely no misunderstanding, I completely understand wanting to own a Call of Duty video game, wanting to play a Call of Duty video game, despite the negative aura and perspective the Call of Duty video games have garnered. I completely understand enjoying Call of Duty, playing Call of Duty. There's enjoyment to be had in even the worst Call of Duty single-player campaign with their action-packed set pieces, of course the fun to be had with the core gunplay, movement, and gameplay experience, the large variety of modes and customization offered and available in multiplayer, and the entertaining, enjoyable, and of course at times intense experiences the co-op PvE horde mode of zombies can provide. So once again, I absolutely understand enjoying Call of Duty, wanting to own and play Call of Duty video games. I've had my fun with them for sure. I like the games. I've played most of the games in the series, in the franchise, but I haven't bought a Call of Duty at full price since Modern Warfare 3. Every Call of Duty I've experienced afterwards was either gifted to me, or I got super cheap off a key and code website without Activision making $1 off me. So yeah, I get it. I understand. You like Call of Duty, but Activision, the publisher, clearly doesn't like you. They love your money, they don't give a shit about you. So again, I can't help but be baffled and curious why you still pre-order, why you still pay full price, why you still buy and play day one despite you must know that there's going to be day one launch day issues. Either servers are going to be down, lag's going to be terrible, or the game was rushed to its release window so the developers did not have enough time to balance the game out. And of course, there's always going to be the cancer and plague of supply drops. So I don't see the incentive to pre-order Call of Duty. I don't see the incentive to buy day one. I sure as hell don't understand paying full price. I'm not saying the Call of Duty video games don't have enough content to justify the $60 price tag. They certainly do. With the single-player campaign, their multiplayer and zombies modes, yeah, they have enough content in them to justify the $60 price tag, absolutely. And while the developers of the Call of Duty video games certainly deserve the $60, and the amount of content in the games justifies the $60, but Activision, the publisher, has not earned your $60. People shouldn't be rewarded for poor behavior. It only enforces and encourages more poor behavior. And now we're seeing that in full force with the reveal of Call of Duty Black Ops 4. They are removing the single-player campaign and replacing it with a Battle Royale mode. They are removing a core feature and tenet that has helped define what a Call of Duty video game is in order to chase a profitable trend. If you are a true Call of Duty gamer, a true Call of Duty fan, this should piss you off. They are foregoing a major piece of content to cash in on an extra multiplayer mode. Look, I'm not saying that this isn't surprising, it's Activision. I'm honestly surprised they didn't do this earlier with Call of Duty, but the fact that they're still doing it doesn't make it any less shitty. Also, just a personal note from me, wanted to throw this out there, I'm absolutely disgusted how Call of Duty YouTubers, the absolute dishonest sellouts that they are actually making excuses and defending the removal and the exclusion of a single-player campaign in Black Ops 4. Wow! Just wow! I can't believe that there are actually people out there arguing for less content in their games. It doesn't matter if you're a multiplayer-only gamer, if you prefer multiplayer over single-player. This should bother you that they are asking for full price for less content. So, to wrap up this video, I'm going to ask the question one last time. I look forward to your answers in the comment section down below, or if you want to make a video in response to this one. Why? Just why? Why pre-order Call of Duty? Why buy it day one at full price? Please, I want to know. I want to understand. I want to have a discussion. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comment section down below. I look forward to them. But that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to wrap it up now. I hope you liked the video. If you did indeed like the video in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to hit the like button. Hitting the like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved in the video. If you hit the like button, please leave a comment in the comments section down below. If you comment in the comments, please leave a comment. I love reading comments. If you want to help out and support this video, then please share it on social media, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you want to help out and support me directly, well, there's always Patreon. Anyways, guys, that's been a video. I'll see you all later.